April wrap-up. Here's the physical books I have, and then we have the ones that I either listened to, read on Kindle, and I have a library book that I already returned. This one, expiration dates, was 3.5 stars for me. This is about Daphne, who gets these little notes with the guy's name and how long her relationship with him is going to last. And it's always been true. So it's from the universe, right? So she feels safe, and that's good. Well, then she gets one that just has a name. Does that mean he's the one? You need to read and find out. 3.5 stars for me. The Hunger Games. I wanted to start this series because I knew I was reading Sunrise on the Reaping, which is my May book club book. This is, of course, a 5-star. I was surprised how much it was exactly like the movie. Like, there might have been a few things different, but not really. I was really blown away by that. My second book, in Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, had lots of twists, a lot of truths unrevealed, and a cliffhanger. So I'm really excited about this series. On to book 3. Then I had Abby Jimenez, my favorite book of the month. This was a 10/10. This is top in my 2025 reads. Say You'll Remember Me. I can't say enough about this book. Xavier, I love you. You are perfection. Samantha was perfect for him. I loved her family. Tristan was fucking hilarious. And they go on the perfect date, but she's leaving the next day. And Xavier's not ready for her to leave, but he has a veterinary clinic. He's a vet. He can't leave. She is going to leave because she's going to help her mother who has dementia. Her family needs help. She needs to be there. So, long distance, found family, a beautiful love story. And I like how Abby did touch on the dementia and taking care of a parent. It's just really special. So, yeah, you need to read this one if you haven't. And again, 10, 10, 10, 10. Then we had these. We have Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, which I did not realize I needed to read When in Rome first. So make sure you read When in Rome and then Practice Makes Perfect. But very good. This was Annie and Will's story. Will is Annie's soon-to-be sister-in-law's bodyguard. And Annie's just awkward with dates. So Will's going to help her. And it goes from there. Yeah. Freaking hilarious, good love story, not much spice, but perfect spice, you know what I'm saying? Then I had House on the Water, which that one was the only one I wasn't a big fan of this month, but I did keep turning the pages. I did keep my interest. It was kind of creepy because it was this house on an island. It was called the Mayday House, and it used to be used back in World War II. They would take care of soldiers who were having mental issues, of course. Probably everybody did. And so there was a nurse point of view, so it would go back in time on her point of view. And then the couple that just bought the house, Meredith and Philip, it had Meredith's point of view. So thriller, mystery, a little paranormal. The ending was fine. I think it could have been better. You know what I mean? And then I had Grave Matter, which was creepy as fuck, but it was so good. It was so good. 4 stars for me. This was Sydney, who was invited to come to this island, another island, with the Madrona Foundation. They were trying to find a cure for Alzheimer's by these mushrooms that were on the island. And Sydney was all into science, mushrooms, and her grandmother had Alzheimer's. So this was really important to her, and she really needed this. But as soon as she gets on the island, weird shit starts happening. So like I said, creepy as fuck. What the fuck did you read? But you gotta read it. And the spice was, yeah. Then I had On Blood of Wings. I think that's what it's called. On Wings of Blood. My bad. Blood Wing Academy is Medra and Blake. Blake being a vampire. Medra is a fae who he finds. She has bright red hair. She doesn't know what the hell. How did she get here? Something just happened. Like, what? And he takes her to his uncle, and all of a sudden she's betrothed to Blake because they believe she's a dragon rider, but there's no dragons. Oh, and then you're going to school tomorrow. Yeah, The Academy. So it goes from there. Really good. I'm excited to read book 2 this month. That was a 4-star for me. I had an ARC read, which was amazing. Is going to be one of my top reads also of this year. The Breath Between Us by Bianca Miller. Gorgeous cover, but this love story was beautiful. This story was beautiful. She touched on grief perfectly for me, anyways. I grieve every day. I lost my son. So this was like the things she said. I was just messaging her back and forth on Instagram. Like it was just beautiful. Really need to go check that out. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and now it's available on paperback as well. The Breath Between Us, Bianca Miller, 5-star. Then I had the Catherine Center books, which I absolutely love to listen to. They are so fun. Love the narrator. We had the Things You Save in a Fire, which was, all these were 4 stars for me. Things You Save in a Fire is about Cassie and the rookie. She's a firefighter, and she's a badass, by the way. And she ends up going to Boston because something happens in Texas, and she's about to lose her job, basically. And her estranged mom, who she hasn't seen in 10 years or talked to, needs her help. She's had some health issues, and she's about to lose her job. But hey, you can go to the fire station in Boston. They'll take you. So she goes to Boston, and it goes from there, and it's really good. I love Catherine's books. They all touch on things that have happened to us, and there was something that happened to Cassie back when she was a teenager, and Catherine did a beautiful job, I felt, writing about that. So... and then the other one was How to Walk Away, which is about Maggie. She has a perfect life. She just got engaged. Woo! And then tragedy happens, and she finds herself in the hospital, and Ian is her PT, but he's an old big grump. And they both teach each other lessons. And this particular one, had a lot of great quotes, a lot of good life lessons. Yeah, I felt like I learned, just life lessons, like really, and I loved the quotes in this book. So that was Ian and Maggie. And then the last one I listened to was What You Wish For. This was about Samantha and Duncan. Samantha was a librarian. Duncan was a fun teacher, like the crazy ties, made all the kids laugh. Everybody loved him. She had a huge crush on him to where she was almost like obsessed with him. And she's like, I need to get away. So she moved and went to another town. And this community just embraced her. They were like, it was like her found family because she had some backstory with family. So she was really happy there, librarian there at the school. And then tragedy happens, and Duncan is the new principal, which she couldn't believe. Like, he's back? What? She was really excited. She was bragging about him. He's going to be perfect. But Duncan is not the same Duncan. And Catherine touches on why he is not and does another beautiful job with that. So, yeah, that was a 4-star as well. So I think that's everything I read. I really thought it was a good month. I didn't read as many books as I thought I was going to, but I enjoyed all of them. The only one that fell short was The House in the Water, and it wasn't bad. It was okay. Like, I'm not going to really remember it to recommend it probably. So, yeah, had some 5 stars, a lot of 4 stars, and those 4 stars are really strong 4 stars. So, and, yeah, so hopefully May is going to be just as good.